Hi everyone, it's Galen, design team member with Unity Stamp Company. Today I have a shimmering floral card for you, and it has a frame that's stamped as well as the flowers. And I'm using the Unity Stamp Company kits. One is called One of Those People, and another kit is called Possible, Not Easy. And these kits have elements in it. One of them has this wispy frame, and I love it. I pre-stamped that frame and the sentiment and die cut that background panel, and for the flowers I stamped that on a separate piece of cardstock, and it's really pretty. All of that is one stamp. It's huge. So I have My Creative Things dies for the rectangle, and I have various Copic markers which will be listed here. I have shimmer using Ink on 3 liquid pixie dust. And this is my first time using that, and oh, I love it. It's so pretty. It looks so much nicer in person. So if you're stamping for use with Copic markers, use alcohol-friendly ink. So I like to use ink by Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink for alcohol markers, or Gina K Designs amalgam ink. Those work great for coloring with Copic markers to avoid any smudging. And so for the Copic coloring, I just go in and I add that lightest pink first to the petals, and then I come in on the edges and add another shade of pink, more of a peachy pink. And so I do that all the way around, and then I come in again with the next darker shade of pink towards the middle, wisping outward. And so I do that, and I also add that color to the areas around it, you know, around this floral image. So then for the creases and the outlines, I like to go ahead and add a darker shade of pink just for more depth, to make it pop a little bit more. And so on the leaves, I add a very light shade of green. And then for those outer wispy buds, if you will, I'm adding more of the same colors of the pinks in different layers all the way around, and all the little areas. Very light shades I chose for this flower, and I chose the pinks and the greens. So you go in with that lightest shade of green first, and then you come in with a little bit darker green. I chose more of a minty color green there to add accent to the leaves, just on the outline area. Now you can use a cut file to cut this out. You can just leave it uncut and add the frame to it with masking. I chose to do fussy cutting, which is just cutting out the flower. So either works just fine. So I placed that background frame area, and then on top of that with foam tape I added the flowers. So it has a dimensional overlay look, a floral overlay that shimmers real pretty. I added a few sequins with a little bit of glue, and then I'm adding a drop or two of the Ink on 3 liquid pixie dust. I found out that I used way too much. You really don't need that much to see such a nice shimmer on the finished product. So I will use next time I'll use less, but you take a paintbrush that you don't mind getting damaged, just spread that around a little bit. You can clean off your paintbrush, but it will remain a little bit stiff, and you can use that same brush again later. It's just not going to be great for adding a watercolor or other painting later on. So that is real pretty. It has such a nice shimmer. So I hope you like this. I hope you give it a try and share your projects you make with it. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.